physically, what does a leader look like? Like, what does a leader look like? Just answer that question for me. It should be simple. A leader looks like you. You are a person, therefore, you are capable of leading, period. You are what a leader looks like. And I want you to just realize that most people are influencing someone whom they are not aware they are impacting, right? There's somebody right now that's looking at you, watching you. You are a role model, right? You are influencing someone. Therefore, you are leading. You are what a leader looks like. You are what a leader looks like. This is the Better You podcast. It's an ongoing journey to become better leaders. Ultimately, when women put some of these tips, techniques, and tactics in place, guess what? You're going to build your skills and your leadership capability. This podcast teaches women the nuances of personal development with the intent of earning more respect and revenue. Every week, my name is Angela M. Odom. Every week, I'm a proven leader. I'm going to offer insights to help you on this journey. I'm rooting for you on your journey to become a more trusted leader. You have to trust yourself first. So, how we look has a huge bearing on how we're perceived as a leader. This is because we all have biases. We all have biases. We all have some blind spots. We have been conditioned to believe certain things. Most of them are lies. Most of them are based on a narrative, based on someone pushing ideas. Most of us um, look in the mirror and might discount that talented person before us. And then a lot of us in circumstances where someone is seeking to uh, push us down, to put us in our place as if we could be put in our place, right? So some of us are in horrible situations, going to workplaces where it is toxic, whether it's on Zoom or Teams or in person, whether it is outside or inside, whether it is a full time or part time, whatever. Some people are in situations where the way we look has a bearing on whether we are trusted or seen as argumentative or confident, whatever it is. People, we all have our biases. So I want you to know that you look like a leader to me. Right? You look like a leader to me. So I want us to agree to expand our perceptions of what a leader should look like. And understand that, for whatever reason, whatever age you might be in, how much formal education you have received, when you started in elementary school, in the formative years. And so most of the people that listen to me, watch me, follow me, um, uh, coached by me are women, um, about 30 years old till about 70 years old, right? So you have been through your formative years. And so think about wherever you might be in your age range, in um, your your journey towards working for someone or working for yourself or working with others or building teams. Just think about when you were in elementary school and those kids, right? Those kids who were charismatic and happy-go-lucky, and the ones who would lead your teams, your small, short people teams, right? Um, they've had, as well as you, various experiences over time, and so perhaps by the time you all graduated high school, you had gotten to know them and now. I'm not following that fool. I don't do what he says do. I don't do what she says do. I'm not in that crowd. I don't do that, right? So we want to expand our perceptions of what a leader should look like. Just like we did from elementary school through, well, I went to junior high, now it's called middle school. and through high school, and then if you went on past that to college or to whatever workforce you went to, those same people when you were 6 and 7, you wouldn't follow some of them to the end of the street because you have expanded your perceptions of life and your own experiences. So I want to just tell you that I see a leader. That's the whole point of this, is to ask you to expand what you see when you look in the mirror as far as a leader. So, have you ever researched the word leader? If you have, you probably noticed most of the images show pictures of men walking up mountains or leading a group of other men, or a man standing slightly bigger than everyone else. That's what most of the pictures show. We want to flip that thing on his head, right? We want to flip that on his head. That's a narrative. So, have you ever searched for leadership quotes like I did this morning? I searched for leadership quotes, and you notice that most of the quotes are by rich men or men who we perceive as successful. Well, what about the rest of us? Like, really, what about the rest of us? We are successful in some way. We have been successful. Current circumstances might have you down, depressed, out, a little setback. But guess what? Overall, girl, please, you're the bomb. So the images that if we're searching for images of leaders, or we say leadership, they seldom show women, people of color, or underrepresented people. Apparently leadership a prerequisite is being a man. That's a lie, right? So that's what I'm here to tell you today, that you look like a leader to me. You look like a leader to me. Yeah, 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 you do. Go ahead and just say it out loud. Yeah, I'm that lady. You say it how you want to say it, but I'm here to tell you that leadership is simply defined as influencing others. Some of the synonyms that are commonly associated with leadership are often like being authoritative, or you're influencing, you're confident, command, effectiveness. I served 27 years in the Army, led men and women, led them in peacetime and during times of war, right? And I tell you right here, right now, that um, you look like a leader to me. And I know what leaders look like. I'm not talking about traits. Not talking about behaviors. I'm talking like physically. You look like a leader to me. So we have research that shows that physical attributes such as height, fitness, tone of voice impact perceptions of what people consider to be leadership material. Even like if you just step back and look at military leaders, like general officers. If you're familiar with the rank structure of leadership, right, within the military, then you'll know that there are, if it's an army anyway, so privates go all the way up to sergeant majors, right, and then you have warrant officers, um, and then you have, I guess, commission officers. Warrant officers are commissioned also, but commission officers, second lieutenants to 4-star generals. And so if you look at all of those people and all those different ROTCs, the colleges, or the different West Point, the military academy, you start looking at the people in their height, in their physical presence, their fitness, and then the way they talk confidently. We might perceive that they are, great leaders, effective leaders. It's the farthest thing from the truth. It's not. It's not really how tall you are. It doesn't matter that you can run 4 miles in 36 minutes, right? It does not matter if you're not trusted, if you're not competent, if you're not effective, if you're not consistent, if you're not taking care of the team's need. Really, it's out the window, because once you get past the facade, you're like, holy crap, this guy doesn't care anything about me, and he is trash. Right? And so you have to understand that the research, who did the research, right? What time frame was it? What else was going on in the country? So just all of this is trash. I want you to know that you look like a leader to me, right? So organizations miss out when they overlook leadership potential in all of us. You know, it's like all the shapes, all the sizes. Companies lose out on innovation, which creates a talent and innovation deficit when you are looking for someone to fit your perception of what a leader physically looks like. You look like a leader to me. Yeah, you look like a leader to me. So that's what I wanted to share this morning is look in the mirror and you're it. Like nobody's coming to save you. No one's coming to do this for you. No one's coming to plan your priorities. No one's coming to say you can or cannot do this. Those people who do that, you want to uh, you want to ignore that foolishness, right? You are really what we are rather what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. It's a habit. It's a habit to believe that you can lead. It's a habit that you deserve to have more of everything. So I want you to guard your habits, your routines, your mindset, and your time. So the mindset for today is you look like a leader to me. So as I'm looking at me, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, Angela, you look like a leader to me. Where we gonna leave today, girl? Where we're going? What we're gonna do? How we're gonna make a change? Who are we going to serve? Where are we going? What are we doing? So you look like a leader to me. So a leader looks like you. You are a person, therefore you are capable of leading. Period. So the quotes, make up your own quotes, right? Make your own quotes. You're doing it every day. Put your name on it. Own it. Own it. So I want to invite you to set aside a time to focus on you so you can lead them, right? The next round of the Women's 3 Hour Leadership Intensive is February 26th. We got 39 days. So you just go to thebetteryou.project.com/women dash leadership dash intensive and register for the next event. We got 39 days for that, right? And so if you're ready to become a more trusted and effective leader, schedule a virtual fit session with me, Angela Odom, right? So you go to angelaodom.com. That's my first and my last name. And it's ODOM, angelaodom.com/leadership capacity. And we'll just set aside a time for you and I to see if we're a good fit. I tell you about the program, and it's a one-on-one coaching session for 100 days is what I am offering right now. It's a one-on-one virtual uh, session, right? 100 days to become a better leader. So this podcast, the Better You Leadership Podcast, is all about teaching women the nuances of personal development so that you can earn more respect and more revenue. And so believe me when I tell you that you look like a leader to me. You look like a leader to me. So wherever you are, make sure you subscribe to the Better You Leadership Podcast. My name is Angela Odom. You can go to wherever you listen to podcasts. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon Music. So you just make sure you subscribe. And oh, by the way, make sure you go and give me a 5 rating, a rating of 5 on either one of those places you listen to podcasts, right? A rating of 5. And then you could write some positive comment, some positive comment about what you might get from this podcast, Better You Leadership Podcast. I'm your host again, Angela M. Odom. I'm the founder of the Better You Project and the host of the Better You Leadership Podcast. I am so incredibly excited today about coming before you and just saying this to you, that you look like a leader to me. I'm Angela Odom, and I'm rooting for you. Take care.